Hey guys, what's going on? Darth Cinema here, coming to you with another video. This video, guys, will be on E3. So, if for those of you who do not know, we've had the big three. I've seen the big three have their presentations and their conferences on E3. So, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. Plus, I've also seen works from Square Enix. What else? I think I saw the Ubisoft panel and the Bethesda panel. So let's talk about some of the big games that are coming out this year that are probably going to make a big dent in my wallet. So I'll start from what I know. Of course, I'll start from the Bethesda panel. Obviously, the big game to look forward to with Bethesda, it's Fallout 4, guys. Really, there's no comparison. Doom looks good. I will say Doom looks good. It's not a game I'd play, mainly because I was never really into the Doom games, but, you know, as a gamer, I appreciate the classics of games, and Doom is definitely a classic. So I'm glad to see that they're bringing it back in a new way. The map editor looks fantastic. You're probably going to hear me say fantastic quite a few times, because really that's the only word to describe it. And without a doubt, Bethesda's panel was one of the best panels. If not the best panel at E3 this year. So that was really, really well done. But I bet you some Sony fans are going to argue about Bethesda, but whatever. We'll get to Sony in a sec. So obviously, my big game to take away from Bethesda's panel is obviously Fallout 4. Fallout 4 looks fantastic, and as a Massachusetts, I'm from Massachusetts originally. That's where I'm born. To know it takes place in Boston, that is probably one of the best things about this game. I would love to I think I'm going to spend a large majority of the game just walking around Boston. That's definitely something I look forward to. So, yeah, and I as much as I want to get the Pip-Boy edition with the Pip-Boy, because you know what, it would be really nice to cosplay, go to Anime Boston or any convention, not just Anime Boston, any convention, dressed as a Vault Survivor and have that Pip-Boy on your arm, because everyone's going to go nuts over it. So, obviously, yeah, the Fallout 4 looks fantastic. I don't think I'm going to be able to afford the Pip-Boy, the Collector's Edition with the Pip-Boy, but, you know, it still looks nice, and I'm going to enjoy it. So, obviously, Bethesda wowed us with Fallout and Doom and Dishonored 2. I was never a fan of Dishonored. Now, it's just because the gameplay style just kind of wasn't my thing. I gave it a go on my Xbox 360 before I upgraded to the Xbox One, but it was never really a game that I could just get attached to. So, and I hope the Dishonored fans don't, crucify me for that. But I do think the game, art style-wise, is one of the most interesting games, artistically, that I've seen in a while. And it's very beautiful to look at, Dishonored. So, Dishonored 2 is going to be great. Also got a female protagonist, which I know a lot of women have been clamoring for. We finally have a game with a female protagonist, though there are complaints that now she is not the only protagonist. You have to, you gotta share the screen with Corvo. So, think of that what you will. That's the thing. I've been following on Twitter while I've also been watching the live stream, and there's been a lot of complaints coming in from SJWs and all that about stuff going on. You had people like Ania Sarkeesian and Jonathan McIntosh going full McIntosh by saying, Doom's level of gore and violence. It was sad that people were cheering when we're seeing demons getting torn in half by a chainsaw. Obviously, they are not gamers, because you would know that that's kind of the hallmark for Doom to begin with. It's one of the first big games to come out during that time period, where it was really mature in the fact that it had this level of blood and gore. Really, there was that in Mortal Kombat that kind of stood out among other games just for this level of violence and gore alone. And it was fast, it was addictive, and it was just a fun game to play. But apparently, fun is wrong. But whatever. Next, we had Microsoft's panel. And they opened up with Halo 5. Now, originally, I do not think I made a video on this, but I was very cautious and apprehensive about Halo 5 Guardians. I like Halo 4, and I think I'm one of the few who actually did like Halo 4. You know, I do have a clan in Halo Reach that they do play Halo 4, and a lot of them said, oh, this isn't as good as Reach, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go back over to Reach because it's just better multiplayer, which I respectfully disagree with. I actually liked Halo 4's multiplayer. Spartan Ops was really, really cool deviation away from the campaign. So when I've played the campaign for the umpteenth time and I want something different, I can go over to Spartan Ops. And that was a lot of fun. I'm really happy that they're bringing in Blue Team. For those of you who don't know, that's Fred, Kelly, and Linda. These are Spartans that grew up with the Master Chief when they were being trained to be Spartan 2s. So happy they're coming in for the game. And then we have Fire Team Osiris, which is being led by Spartan Locke. And we have two new Spartans. I do not remember their names, and they're both women, so... but I think the biggest takeaway from Fire Team Osiris is, of course, Edward Buck from Halo 3 ODST is a Spartan 4, and he is played once again by the great Nathan Fillion. Thank the Lord. I hope that he can bring his own type of wit to this character once more, and we can get some really good, actually, funny moments to, relieve the tension, if you will. Like, you have these action-packed moments, but you gotta have those brief instances of comedy to, kind of give you a breather between all the action, which the Halo series is known for. So, really happy, really, really happy for Halo 5 Guardians. And that is definitely a game that I'm going to get as a Microsoft, not Microsoft fan, as an Xbox owner. Because I really don't associate myself with, like, a console. But I'll explain, because there's an argument I'm going to have later that may make that statement feel like I'm contradicting myself, but I'm not. I'll explain when I get to the Sony thing. And you probably already know what I'm talking about. So, Rise of the Tomb Raider was next. Thank God. This kid, guys, when I was going through GameStop about a year ago, before Rise of the Tomb Raider was announced, I noticed the original Tomb Raider, the rebooted Tomb Raider, in a GameStop. So I've heard really good things about it, and I was looking for something fresh and new, and by God, this was probably the best Lara Croft game I have ever seen. I've seen playthroughs of the other Tomb Raiders. They've gotten, like, weird over time. Like, I mean, they went full balls to the wall crazy with those original Tomb Raiders implementing the supernatural. And I guess the supernatural's always been a part of the Lara Croft and the Tomb Raider games. So that really wasn't surprising. But looking at the Tomb Raider reboot, I was just surprised at how grounded and how vulnerable they made Lara Croft appear in this game, but they still made her a fighter, and they made her a survivor, and that's what kind of got me attached to the character of Lara Croft to begin with in this game, which makes me really excited for Rise of the Tomb Raider. I know it is an Xbox One exclusive, and that is one thing that irks me, is I know why they did this. I know why Rise of the Tomb Raider is an Xbox One exclusive. 2 words, Uncharted 4. Or 1 word and a number, whatever you want to think. Microsoft needed something to compete with Uncharted 4, and Rise of the Tomb Raider is probably the best bet to compete with it. And I've played some of the Uncharted games, and they're fantastic. I've played the Tomb Raider games, and they're fantastic. Or the Tomb Raider reboot, and that's fantastic. So, as long as they build upon what made the Tomb Raider reboot great, and add upon those elements like these tombs, the optional tombs in the reboot were fantastic. Make some of those actually like mandatory, because we want to put the tomb back in Tomb Raider. That's what they said. So please don't let that fail. So those 2 games definitely I'm looking forward to for Xbox One exclusives. Now let's talk about Sony. Batman Arkham Knight is no look. If that's no big deal because well, actually, it is a big deal because I'm grabbing that game on midnight. I have successfully talked to everyone I know. I'm saying, do not contact me during the day of the 23rd. I will not. I will be gone. Like you cannot. You will not be able to reach me that day. I will have a sign on my door saying, "Do not disturb." Hashtag being the Batman. Anyway. But yes, Arkham Knight is coming out in less than a week, and I am very excited. Actually, I believe it is exactly 1 week from today. When this video is uploaded, I will have been playing for hours and hours and hours, so I am really excited. Congrats to the PlayStation owners. You're going to get the Scarecrow Nightmare missions, and you're going to get probably the best Batman skin ever, that Justice League 3000, at least for now, because that's a timed exclusive. But congrats to you guys. I'll talk about the timed exclusive things in a sec. But looking out from that, we also have The Last Guardian was announced. Now, I know that's a PlayStation exclusive, but I can't help but feel really happy for the PlayStation owners because this is a game that's been talked about for so long, for many, many years. I believe since 2009. And to see them so happy that this game's coming back, and it's actually got a release date for 2016. I can't help but be happy for them because this is a game that looks absolutely gorgeous. And if it's anything like Shadow of the Colossus, which was a fantastic game, please let this be as good as Shadow of the Colossus. Though I really don't doubt what's coming for that. Star Wars Battlefront. Also, I have a checklist of all the games to talk about. I might have missed a few. So if I have missed a few, let me know in the comments below, and I will reply to your comments on my thoughts on those games. Whether or not I like it or not, that's what I'll say. So Star Wars Battlefront. Now, I was the naysayer in the lead up to E3 about Star Wars Battlefront because I thought, honestly, this was going to be a reskin of Battlefield with lasers. And that was pretty much going to be it. Because with all the content that I think we're losing, and I still think we're losing out a bit on content, with no campaign, the missions are okay, and after seeing a little bit, I'll explain why I'm not as mad about the no campaign, but no prequel trilogy, no Clone Wars, it's pretty much just, and no instant action or galactic conquest. I felt that we were kind of getting robbed of the content that we had in Battlefront 2. But after seeing the amazing gameplay video of the Hoth battle, and we also had the co-op survival gameplay, the game looks beautiful. It looks downright beautiful. And that's on a PlayStation 4, so obviously a lot of people are saying, oh, it's going to look better on the PS4 than the Xbox One. If it plays as good on the Xbox One as it does on the PS4, I'm not going to matter. It's not going to matter to me, because I think the game will still look utterly beautiful. And as far as a Star Wars fan goes, because I'm a big Star Wars fan, it is everything I hoped for and staying true. Like all the sound effects sound awesome. In the co-op, actually, you heard the Wilhelm scream. So whoever put that in, you're a goddamn genius. So yeah, the Wilhelm scream makes a glorious return in Star Wars. So that is utterly amazing. I will definitely want to get Star Wars Battlefront. Then, without a doubt, probably the two biggest bombshells of the Sony press conference. And yes, I know Microsoft said the Xbox One is backwards compatible now with Xbox 360, and that's fantastic as well. Right when I trade in all my 360 games, too. But we're talking about Sony here. So the two biggest bombshells, obviously, that I think a lot of people are asking whether or not I should talk about. We have Final Fantasy VII Remake finally confirmed, and it is coming to the PlayStation 4 first. Now, I don't know if it escapes me whether or not it is a timed exclusive for the PS4 or whether it's going to exclusively be on the PS4, but I have heard so many good things about Final Fantasy VII, and I love this. Some of the remasters, some of the cutscenes look fantastic. Like, the reason I like Halo 2 Anniversary is just because of those cutscenes alone. They look beautiful, and if you can get that same amount of craftsmanship, like that beauty out of a cutscene that we did with like Halo 2 Anniversary. I can only imagine what Square Enix is going to do when Final Fantasy VII comes around. So that is good. And then, okay, so I set my laptop down for this one because I want to be moving my hands around for this, and because this I need to talk about this. I was thinking about doing another video, but this is pretty much going to be my E3 in a nutshell video, and I'm going to talk about this. The big bombshell, Call of Duty. Now, I am not the big Call of Duty fanboy that a lot of people would sometimes think I am. I actually only really like Treyarch's games because their multiplayer, to me, seemed really balanced. I like what they've done in the campaign with being able to alter your loadout and whatnot. That's fantastic. The new Gunsmith mode in Black Ops 3 looks really good. And, of course, yeah, I think I mentioned it, zombies. Zombies. No, enough said. Because zombies is probably one of the best game modes that I've ever had in a first-person shooter that has made me feel, actually, it's fun. It's addictive. And you want to do the best you can in those scenarios. So that's great. So we didn't see it during the Microsoft conference, which puzzled a lot of people, including myself, because, you know, you always get it first on Xbox One or Xbox Live or whatever. But we didn't see it, so we're like, okay, maybe they're doing their own thing. And lo and behold, Black Ops 3 appeared with Sony, and immediately everyone got confused. We had no idea what this meant. Is it just because they're showing it graphically on the PS4? Nope. It looked really good on the PS4, but they dropped the bomb and they said that starting from Black Ops 3, all content, including beta, DLC, will come first on the PlayStation. Here's what I gotta say about that. Now, I wasn't a fan, even though I was one of the people who was getting the content first on the Xbox for the previous Call of Duties, I was never really a fan of, alienating other people, like other players, like them waiting for 3 months and then getting this. But I think just turning it around and just backstabbing Microsoft and Xbox and just saying, oh, they're going to get it first and you're going to have to wait 3 months. A lot of people say, oh, that's fair. The best decision, in my opinion, should have been, hey, we are showing it on the PS4, but starting now, both consoles will receive the content at the same time, so everyone can enjoy this, and everyone can have the best Call of Duty experience that they can have. That would have been the best way to do this. And, and you can see on social media, so many people are, doing this backlash against Treyarch for this, and it's messing up the Call of Duty Pro scene. Everyone's scrambling to trade in their Xbox Ones for their PlayStation 4s, and again, mixed feelings on that. One, it's nice that PlayStation will get content, but on the other hand, again, this is going to have the same problem it did when when Xbox fans had it and PlayStation didn't. There's going to be so much complaining that you're going to lose sales from you're basically losing the loyalty of your Xbox community. But again, that's just me. I'm not the hardcore Call of Duty player. I mostly play for zombies in the campaign. I do dabble in the multiplayer, and with the Gunsmith mode coming out, it looks like a lot of fun. So that's all I got to say on the Call of Duty thing. If you want to call me a COD Xbox fanboy, go ahead. I really don't care. I pretty much, in my whole life, I've actually used all 3 systems. I've used PlayStation, which I will talk about when I talk about the Square Enix one, because I'm really excited about what's coming up. I've used, and my family has been mostly Nintendo. We grew up with the N64, the GameCube, the Wii. We didn't upgrade to the Wii U yet, because there really wasn't a lot for that, and we still have our Wii, so we haven't upgraded. I don't think we are going to upgrade, so as far as Nintendo games go, I'm just, meh on that. But, I've never hurried this long. I've been keeping you here for about 20 minutes, so I'm going to talk about what's on the Square Enix panel, obviously, before we before I end this thing. So, let's talk about Kingdom Hearts 3. Without a doubt, the one game I've been holding my breath for the entirety of E3 was that Square Enix was going to come and announce either a release date or show a new trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3. And by God, did we get one. It was absolutely amazing. I am a huge fan of the Kingdom Hearts series. I remember playing over a decade ago at my friend's house. They had a PlayStation 2, and we played the original Kingdom Hearts. I remember watching a playthrough with my friend of Chain of Memories, and then we had Birth by Sleep, we had Dream Drop Distance, there was 358 Days Over 2, which was pretty awesome, but we wanted Kingdom Hearts 3, and a lot of people thought that now with the with Disney gaining the rights to Star Wars and Marvel, that we might be seeing those worlds incorporated into Kingdom Hearts. Now, while we didn't hear those worlds announced for Kingdom Hearts 3, we did get a video that did announce that Tangled, the world of Tangled, was confirmed for Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, this made a lot of people go, wait, what? So, Tangled, that was not something that a lot of people were expecting. If anything, I think people, for a Disney property, we were expecting Frozen, because I believe there was a leak a few months back, like last fall, around last fall, with the music being for Kingdom Hearts 3 being leaked, and that was Frozen's music, which a lot of people thought, it fits. And I will be very happy if they actually include Frozen within Kingdom Hearts 3. But Tangled, I'm really happy for. I do love the film. I feel that the film is probably one of my favorite Disney films, just because it looks so goddamn beautiful. Anyway, other than that, Kingdom Hearts 3, so excited. Glad it's coming to Xbox One, so that actually makes me really excited, because I was so worried that it was just going to be a PlayStation exclusive. Because that was the one thing that made me actually want to get a PlayStation, was Kingdom Hearts 3. Other than that, I was going to stick to Xbox because of my love for Halo. And, well, what was Call of Duty, but, we've already talked about that. But, anyway, we also have Tom Clancy's The Division, and we also have Ghost Recon Wildlands. Now, as a fan of Tom Clancy and his books, God rest his soul, these games look utterly fantastic. I was a fan of Ghost Recon Future Soldier, and hopefully Ghost Recon Wildlands will be just as good, if not better, than Future Soldier. And also we have The Division, which looks to be a lot of backstabbing and ruined friendships. I think the best comment I saw about The Division was a tweet, and it said, Tom Clancy's The Division, ruining friendships since 2016, which is a fantastic tagline to go along with the game. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What games are you looking forward to? What games are you not looking forward to? What one thing from E3 shined to you the most? What was the best moment of E3? What was the worst moment of E3? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions on games I've missed, let me know and I'll answer them in the comments below. So my name is Darth Cinema. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing for more content. And I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye!